What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. This is Coach Cullen-Carroll again. So initially I want to state what was my growth goal for the school year in the induction program. And that was focusing on improving CSTP 3. And this is the umbrella for understanding and organizing subject matter for student learning. So initially I took a test called the CSTP assessment. And so I want to share my strengths and weaknesses with you guys. My strengths were number 5, assessing for student learning. Number 1, engaging and supporting students. And number 4, planning, instruction, and designing. My areas of weakness or growth were 3, which was understanding and organizing subject matter, which is why it was my goal. Developing as a professional educator, and then creating and maintaining effective environments for students. Those were 3, 6, and 2. Now at the end of the year, those kind of fluctuated and changed a little bit. So beginning of the year, 5, 1, and 4 were my growth or my strength areas. At the end of the year, 5, 6, and 2 were my strength areas. So assessing student learning, developing as a professional educator, and then creating and maintaining effective environments were my strengths. And then let's go back real quick. Growth at the beginning of the year, growth or weakness was 3, 6, and 2. At the end of the year, it was 1, 3, and 4. 1 was engaging and supporting all students in learning. 3 was understanding and organizing subject matter for student learning. And then 4 was planning, instruction, and designing learning experiences for all students. So if I had to look at my goal as a whole, I think I kind of stayed the same. I improved in a lot of areas. I would like to say I improved holistically, not just as a teacher, but as a person and as a mentor for young minds. But my goal to make number 3 a little bit more productive stayed about the same. And I like being honest about that. So what are some areas or what are some opportunities for continuous improvement of this goal? I think for me and for physical education, this means branching out and making technology as big a part of physical education as possible. When I first started teaching, I did not like promoting technology because of the fact that it seemed like a distraction. But one of the things that I realized over the course of this year is if I organize the subject matter around technology, Chromebooks, the use of Google Classroom, using the phones to teach kids how to set tempos and time themselves in running exercises or swimming exercises, or time themselves using intervals in the weight room. All of this became an area where they could use technology and they didn't necessarily have to leave their phones in the locker room or pretend as if it didn't exist. And we also went into things like tracking activity, like step counts and GPS. And so I think that would be the biggest area where I could essentially continue to improve, is by finding more ways and innovative ways to integrate technology. As I just stated, I think one of the ways that I have changed is being more open to growth in that area, being willing to organize the subject matter, not around the way that I learned it and would like for them to learn, but by meeting them halfway and finding ways to integrate what they like to do and what I like to do. And then finally, I think what I'm most proud of, again, I touched on this, but I think I'll touch on it again, is just by being able to give a little bit and allow the relationship to flourish between me and the students by allowing them to use some of the things they love in physical education and showing them how they can use those things in physical education. Because if we remember, after all, as I said in this introduction, I am the prime example for teaching these kids how to become good citizens in society when it comes to the physical education department. So what better way to show them that than by showing them that life is about compromises, and you can take the things that you love and integrate them into the things that you are learning in order to make everything enjoyable. Thank you, and have a great day.